Good morning and welcome back to Ginger's Kitchen. Today I'm making an apple cobbler. Stay till the end because I made a mistake on the recipe, but what you see here is the brand new one that I did. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Now the first thing that I did was I peeled, cored and sliced several apples. I want to say probably about 10 apples. I didn't count, but you want a good amount. I'm putting it in a 8x13 cast iron baking pan. I am pre-cooking the apples some so they're done when the cobbler comes out of the oven. Now, I'm not going to bore you with watching me peel and slice apples. I also added, after the apples were in the pan, the juice of a half of orange, a good size orange, and the zest of that orange as well. Probably 2.5 tablespoons of butter that I'm putting in the bottom. Usually a cobbler calls for more, but I don't want to use all that butter, and this will be enough to cover the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to put it in the 400-degree oven that's preheated to get it melted. Now, as you can see, there's a good sized pan of apples here because they're going to cook down. And to the pan of apples, I added a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I added probably a tablespoon of maple syrup, probably a couple teaspoons of cinnamon. You can see me shaking it. That's what I added. I would say it's a couple of teaspoons. And then just another little cap of vanilla. To that, I added some leftover blueberry sauce, and I'll give you that recipe in the description. This wasn't necessary. I just wanted to use it. And basically, it's blueberries cooked with a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of maple syrup, and they're cooked with a little bit of apple cider. And then I thicken it with cornstarch. But that obviously was made ahead. Now you're going to cook that all together until the apples start to soften. Now for the batter. I added 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of milk, and a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, much less than a normal cobbler, and a cap of vanilla. Now here I made a mistake. I was supposed to add a little bit of salt and some baking powder. So that's why my cobbler crust or batter didn't rise up around the edge, as you'll see in a couple minutes. Mix that all up until it's thoroughly combined, and my apples are cooking nicely. So now you take your baking dish out of the oven, has melted butter. Also sprayed my pan edges because it's not nonstick. You pour the batter in the bottom on top of that melted butter, and you get it all distributed. And I was kind of wondering why it wasn't distributing across the bottom, and it was because I lacked my baking powder, I believe. Smooth it all out, get it to all the edges, and the butter's all bubbling up around the top of it, coating the whole edge of the batter for a nice cobbler. Once you have that nicely distributed, then you're going to take your probably 3/4 cooked apples. They're not done, but they're definitely 3/4 done. And you pour them on top of the batter and distribute that all over the top. And then I put mine in a 400-degree oven. I started for 25 minutes, but it ended up taking 30 minutes. Here it is after about 20 to 25 minutes. Hear that sizzling? I wish I could smell it. It smells so good. And now it's all done and it's out of the oven. Look at it bubbling. Now I wondered why one side of it, when you look at the video, you'll see one side of it, the batter came right up on the side on the left, but on the right, not so much. Well, that was because I forgot the baking powder. But I didn't want to not do the video because we're all human. I'm showing the video and then I'll show you the new one that I made. Now I did a new one with the right ingredients, including the baking powder. Look at the difference. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for visiting, and until next time.